Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Guys-Brown and I'm the Head of Internationalism at Roedean School South Africa for 2021. We have started many projects this year under internationalism, which include many of the Round Square discoveries as well. As the head of Model United Nations with internationalism, one of our projects is running a Model United Nations debate on the implementation of renewable energy. We've been preparing for this debate throughout the start of the year, and the debate will take place in May. Model UN debaters have been able to gain a greater understanding to global solutions on renewable energy, and some of the discoveries that have played a role are communication skills, teamwork, and a commitment to sustainability. An international project which we have been a part of is the Global Goals Classroom, focused on educating students on the Sustainable Development Goals. We were assigned Sustainable Development Goal 7, Clean and Affordable Energy. As the 6-week project came to an end, we applied to be presenters to students around the world on a global live stream. We presented our 3 projects under SDG 7 on the 4th of March. These projects were our Model UN debate, which I spoke about earlier, a research project which 2 Model UN debaters have been a part of on the implementation of solar energy in schools, and my involvement with the team on creating the Youth Climate Action Plan statement for the City of Johannesburg. This statement will be included in the Johannesburg Climate Action Plan and includes clauses on renewable energy under SDG 7. Another project which we have launched is what we call our ePenPal project. Roedean has a sister school in Brighton, England. We match students from South Africa with students from England based on their interest from a form they completed. I've received encouraging feedback from students saying that they are loving connecting with their partner and learning how much they have in common. Over the next 2 months, we will also be sending out suggestions of activities to do with their partner so that they can connect more with each other. One of these suggestions is Meet My Country with Me. The idea of this is to visit somewhere in your country, and while you are there, send pictures to your pen pal of everything that they are doing so that they can experience your country with you virtually. The reason we started this project was to support our students to connect with someone similar to them internationally in a time where connecting with people and international travel have both been very challenging. We hope that through this, our students will develop meaningful relationships and friendships on the other side of the world. I hope that these projects have showed how, as part of the Round Square leadership team for 2021, we are trying to be creative with our new projects under COVID restrictions, especially under internationalism, and that these projects have also shown how passionate we are about Round Square and everything we do.
Hey everyone, my name is Picanyo and I am Deputy Head for Roedean School South Africa for 2021. As President of the SRC, I uphold the Round Square spirit of democracy. The Student Representative Council at Roedean aims to uphold the Round Square spirit of democracy through ensuring that the voice of every student is heard, recognized, and considered in decision-making throughout the school. Our goal is to solve the problems, not just point them out, and to create a better community both for and by Roedean students. This year, we aim to encourage even further collaboration within the school through Round Square, and to emphasize that working and enjoying school together is what being Round Square is all about.
Hi, my name is Gaidi Khama and I'm the Head of Transformation. My role basically entails making Roedean a more ethically reasonable, responsible, and overly more informed environment, safe for people of all diversities.
Hi, I'm Sandhya, and I'm the head of the Wellness Committee for 2021. My job focuses on the aspect of the mental health and wellness of the Roedean pupils, and making Roedean a more stress-free and supportive environment.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia Quaker and I'm Head of Environmentalism at Roedean School South Africa. The functioning of this ideal is based under the premise of intersectionality and sustainability, where we push to make environmentalism more inclusive rather than exclusive, with a base of education to make it more accessible and incorporated into our daily lives. We currently hold a more centralized leadership model, where we have a group of 12 matrics or student leaders responsible for the organization of this ideal, as well as our main communication platforms and Instagram to make it more accessible to everyone. we send out a fortnightly newsletter with information on our initiatives and practical ways to change, as well as good news on climate developments and interesting articles to read, as well as a list of all the other organizations to follow and explanations of key concepts such as environmental perfectionism and environmental justice. Going back to intersectionality, we have deep connections with other ideals at Roedean. Within service, we have our current topic and social responsibility as the No Plastics campaign, as well as we do volunteering at a community food garden in Central Johannesburg called Siakana. In transformation, we do creative discussions on environmental justice and land reform, a very topical issue in South Africa at the moment. And within wellness, we do cleanups in the wilds, a local park right next to our campus. On a more fundamental level, with internationalism, we have involvement with the City of Johannesburg on their climate action plans and implementations of environmentalism in our beautiful country, our beautiful city, and our beautiful world. Thank you.
Good day. My name is Olive Schoenfeld, and I'm the head of the Round Square Pillar of Adventure at Roedean School South Africa. This year, the committee has had an interesting time reassessing what we consider to be adventure. With travel restrictions and limits to number of people in a group, travelling overseas has been out of the question, and travelling, even locally, has had a few more challenges than usual. But, nevertheless, some of our girls have had the opportunity to challenge themselves on the Num Num Trail or in the Drakensberg and experience the rich reward of persevering up the mountain. I would now like to introduce Ontatile to talk about her adventure in the Drakensberg.
Last year I went to Moini in the Drakensberg where I completed my gold residential project and hike. Over the course of the first week, I participated in a level 2 first aid course, and a day afterwards we embarked on our 42-kilometer hike through the Moini Pass. Our hike was quite challenging. We walked through a storm and all the weather elements were against us. But afterwards, I felt accomplished and I felt that I could walk through many mountains to come. And I enjoyed the experience that I've had during the residential project and the hike. Thank you.
The Adventure Committee closely associates itself to the President's Award, which annually has a large participation group at Roedean. Taking part in an adventurous journey like Ontatile is just one of 4 of the criteria of the President's Award. The Adventure Committee has also been proud to support girls in the other sections of skill, service and sport. This year, our philosophy for the pillar is that if it is challenging you and improving your attributes of bravery, determination and good sportsmanship, it can be considered an adventure. And with that, the Adventure Committee has been proud to support the launching of the chess club at Roedean, which Sonia will speak a bit more about.
Hello, my name is Sonia Modi and I recently started a chess club at Roedean. This chess club is a great way to interact, learn a new skill and improve your chess skills. We meet once a week on a Monday online and we have some really fun tournaments lined up with different schools across South Africa and hopefully with our sister school in England.
The Adventure Committee is committed to ensuring that the spirit of adventure at Roedean stays alive, and we do plan on undertaking local and community level adventures as restrictions ease. As the saying goes, adventure isn't hanging off a rope on the side of the mountain or living among lions. Adventure is an attitude to experience everyday things.
Hello everybody, my name is Tsakofata Supulai and I'm the head girl of Roedean for 2021. Back in 2020, when the time came for us to decide who our leaders will be in the year of 2021, the grade 11 students at the time, this year's grade 12s, decided as a collective that the need to relook and redefine the manner or the process in which students are chosen to be leaders or are in leadership positions such as head girl or deputy head girl and so forth needed to change. The matric class of 2021 decided that leadership was something way more important than popularity, likability, and academic achievement. The students decided in order to choose a leader who embodied all the characteristics needed to be a leader, or rather their leader, they needed a long process of interviews, posters, and speeches. The process would have to be in every way possible different from the way past leaders of Roedean were chosen. In previous years, to achieve the position of head girl, for example, students in grade 10 and grade 12 and the fellow grade 11 students of that year would choose from the whole grade 11 student body at the time whom they believed embodied leadership. Students part of the grade 11 year would not have to send in motivations, write speeches, or enter interviews. The general trend was that students who achieved exceptional academic achievements in their high school career and who were well known and liked by the majority of the students in their own year in years 10 and 12 were most likely chosen or selected to be head girl for the year to come. Characteristics such as empathy, creativity, discipline, being a good leader, and many more characteristics one might think a leader should possess were, in most cases, completely overlooked. The agenda, aims, and commitment of the individuals, were information voters and the broad high school community were unaware of. The matric class of 2021 decided that we wanted leaders who were overall leaders of the future. Leaders who believed in the capabilities of the community and were committed to making sure their aims and agendas were achieved. This decision, I might say, was probably catalyzed by the year 2020, which started off as a normal year but ended far from normal. A pandemic, as we are all well aware of, took over our lives and turned them upside down. Other events such as the rise of gender-based violence in South Africa and the Black Lives Matter movement forced all members of the community to look at themselves and the way in which they lived their lives. 2020 was a year of change, and it almost seems trivial for change to occur in all aspects of our lives, especially who and what our leadership as a year group look like. So students such as myself who aspired to become head girl or deputy had to send in our motivations. On our motivations, we had to describe our leadership philosophy and how we could implement that into our school environment. Thereafter, fellow grade 11 students picked from those motivations who they wanted to see as a leader. The large group of over 20 students then lowered to about 12 students. From this group of students, we were expected to enter a process of interviews. We were interviewed by the previous head girl and deputy head girl of Roedean, 3 students from matric and grade 10, our 3 heads of school, and 3 members of the teaching staff. After the interviews, we were expected to write a speech and video ourselves saying the speech because of COVID. From there, grade 12 and grade 10 students, as well as our fellow grade 11 students, picked who they wanted finally as their head and deputy head girl. At the end of this long process, Biganyo Nsimani and myself were chosen as deputy and head student or girl for 2021. A role we are both incredibly grateful for. Here are 2 matric students describing what they thought the benefits of having a changed process were. The change in the process and system helped students realize, first of all, that leadership is not a conversation or decision designated to the most liked person in the grade. It is a conversation and a decision each and every one of us takes every single day. And secondly, that leadership is something that is not finite and it's continuously changing and evolving. And we as people, part of a society, part of a group, are always and every day contributing to the change. Here are 2 videos of 2 matric students describing what they thought the benefits of having a changed leadership process were.
So what I liked about the leadership process is that we, when the girls wrote down what their leadership style was and what they wanted to do for the school, I found it really gave us a better opportunity to understand them and then vote for them based off of that. Yeah.
We as leaders were able to sort of explore our own leadership philosophies as well as sharing with the rest of the school and just kind of putting ourselves out there.
Hi everyone, my name is Aria. I'm on the Round Square Committee and I'm head of the Ideal Service. At Roedean School, we have a program that falls under the service ideal called Social Responsibility. Our social responsibility projects are designed within a social development framework as opposed to that of charity. This emphasizes the importance of sustainability, effectiveness, and impact to the community. Every registration class has a social responsibility representative who upholds the service ideal. Every term, we focus on a specific sustainable development goal, and all projects and initiatives relate to the goal. Our SDG this term is SDG 13, take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. And our specific theme within this goal is no plastics. This allows a collaboration between service and the environmentalism ideal. One of our projects before COVID was called Monday House Projects. My house would tutor inner city children from under-resourced schools. Every Monday afternoon, Roedean students would work with them on numeracy, literacy, or even help them with their homework. Due to COVID restrictions, we can't meet face-to-face anymore. Now, the Roedean students get together every Monday to teach these students about climate change. We make videos, animations, lessons, and even worksheets about topics such as global warming and harmful plastics for these students to learn from. Within the school, we've launched the No Plastics campaign. This involves having challenging conversations about our own role in climate change. Next week, every registration class will set a goal for themselves to reduce the amount of plastic that they use. For example, they might set the goal to stop using plastic bottles. As a class, they will hold each other accountable and constantly aim to fulfill this goal. With projects like these, we aim to create long-term change within our environment and within the wider community.
And those are Roedean School SA's 6 Round Square Ideals. Thank you so much for watching the video.